Welcome back to the channel. Here we provide a daily dose of life lessons based on stories from the Bible. If you have not already subscribed, please subscribe and hit the notification bell so you can be notified on the daily lessons. Now here is today's lesson from the Bible. We will not bow down. Life lessons from the book of Esther. The book of Esther is a timeless tale of bravery, faith, and divine purpose. One of the most compelling moments in Esther's story is found in Esther 4:8-17, where Mordecai challenges her to use her position as queen to save her people. This passage provides powerful lessons on courage, divine calling, and trusting in God's plan. Embracing divine purpose. Mordecai's words to Esther resonate with a profound truth. Perhaps this was the reason the Lord had placed her in the position of being a favored queen. In our lives, we often find ourselves in roles or situations that seem daunting or even dangerous. Yet, just as Esther's ascension to queen was no accident, the positions we find ourselves in may be divinely orchestrated. God places us where we are for a reason, even if we don't fully understand it at the time. This understanding calls us to embrace our circumstances with faith. Esther's story reminds us that God works through ordinary people in extraordinary ways. By acknowledging that we are where we are for a purpose, we can find the courage to face challenges head-on, trusting that God has a plan for us. The courage to stand up. When Mordecai asked for Esther's help, she knew that approaching the king without an invitation could result in her death. It took immense courage and boldness for her to take that risk. Her decision to stand up for her people, despite the personal danger, exemplifies true bravery. In our own lives, we may not face the same life-threatening risks, but we will encounter situations where standing up for what is right requires significant courage. Speaking out against injustice, defending the vulnerable, or maintaining integrity in the face of corruption can all be daunting. However, Esther's story teaches us that the right thing to do is often the hardest. We must be willing to risk our comfort, reputation, or even our lives to uphold what is right, trusting in God's sovereignty. Mordecai assured Esther that God would deliver his people with or without her help. This statement highlights a crucial aspect of faith, trusting in God's sovereignty. While Esther's role was pivotal, the ultimate outcome was in God's hands. This assurance allowed her to act with boldness, knowing that the results of her efforts were beyond her control. For us, this means that while we are called to take action and stand up for what is right, we must also trust that God is in control. Our efforts, no matter how small they seem, are part of a larger divine plan. By placing our trust in God, we can move forward with confidence, knowing that He will use our actions for His greater purpose. For such a time as this, one of the most famous lines from Esther's story is found in verse 14, "And who knows but that you have come to your royal position for such a time as this." This statement encapsulates the idea that each of us has a unique role to play in God's plan. Our experiences, talents, and positions are not random but are meant to be used for a greater purpose. Reflecting on this, we should consider the unique opportunities and challenges we face in our own lives. How can we use our circumstances to make a positive impact? What risks are we willing to take to stand up for what is right? By recognizing that we are where we are for such a time as this, we can find the motivation to act with purpose and faith. Conclusion. The lessons from Esther 4:8-17 are as relevant today as they were in ancient Persia. Embracing our divine purpose, summoning the courage to stand up for what is right, and trusting in God's sovereignty are timeless principles that guide us through life's challenges. Esther's story reminds us that we are not alone and that our efforts are part of a larger divine plan. As we navigate our own for such a time as this moments, may we do so with the same bravery, faith, and trust that Esther exemplified. Come back tomorrow for more life lessons of the Bible. Let us know in the comments if this lesson has been helpful to you. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell.